Okay, so it's middle of April. We've been called out to remove a feral hive. It's been here for at least 2 years. Casts multiple swarms every year. Right now they seem to be pretty gentle. All that we've done is smoke them. We've set up our equipment. We have a bee vacuum right here set up to, there's 2 tent frame hives right there ready to accept all the bees that are willing to go in there and not sting me. This hive is a pretty large hive. No question, they're probably going to be pretty defensive, just based on the fact that they're an exposed hive. A colony that's created a hive inside of a cavity of some sort usually has a small opening, and they can stick 10 or 20 guard bees down there to defend the entrance. Exposed hive like this, you can see underneath all that bees. All of those bees, there's honeycomb. It's filled with brood and honey and nectar and everything that they want to defend, including their queen. So these girls are probably under attack all the time because they don't have any, there's not a single entrance that they're able to defend. They've got to defend the entire hive at any time, all day long. So my guess is as soon as I get the equipment running, these girls are going to get pretty mean. You're going to see it all on video. All right, stand by. I'm just going to smoke them, go super slow, start vacuuming up some of these girls so that I don't create a problem for the neighborhood. And hopefully we'll be in a pretty good way in about an hour. So I'm going to give them 10 or 15 minutes, let all the smoke sink in and let them fill up with honey, because there's sure a lot of honey up there. And then I'll start off vacuuming with a really long pole so that they attack the vacuum first. Hopefully I can get maybe 70%, 60% of these girls cleaned up with the long pole, and then I can move in with the ladder and short pole and clean them up nice and tight. So I'll just let this run. Okay, so at this point we got about 70% of the bees vacuumed up, at least the exposed bees. And I can see clearly that the bee comb actually is going down into that pillar, so that pillar is going to have to be opened up. So I'm going to give the bees 10 or 15 minutes to settle down, get back up on the comb so I can vacuum some more up, and then we'll start removing comb. And I'm going to go talk to the homeowner and make sure that I've got their permission to break this column open. All right, stand by. Okay, so the homeowner's given consent to go ahead and tear into that block, into that stucco wall. So I'm going to go ahead and keep knocking these bees down into the vacuum. Start removing comb, and then once all the comb's out of the way, then we'll start working on the wall. Right now we've been working on this hive for I don't know, maybe 3 hours now. We got all the bees cleaned up. They finally submitted and allowed me to do what needs to be done. They've kind of given up the fight, but I saw something really cool. So the comb's stretched from left to right in solid masses, but I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 combs deep into the pile. And I've seen something kind of interesting that I haven't seen before. They actually stopped the comb production left to right and created queen cells in there. So I'm gonna come up here and show you what this looks like. It's actually pretty cool looking. So you see those little peanuts right in the middle and the end of the comb. So the comb from left to right stops, and then they've built a bunch of queen cells in there. Now, these are just normal queen cells for swarming, I suppose. They're probably a couple years old. I'm guessing that they continue using them when they need them. All of the queen cells are open. There's nobody in there. So there's definitely a queen in this hive. So, all right, I just wanted to show you that. So I was a little disappointed as I was doing this because my buddy Jeff in all his videos always seems to catch the queen. He gets so excited when he catches her. And I don't say that I blame him, because I only catch the queen in maybe 40 or 50% of the hives I do where I actually will see her and can capture her. Other times I just know she's in the cage because all the bees jump on the cage. But nonetheless, it's always disappointing when you don't get to see her. But believe it or not, we got the queen today. See if we can see her in here. I was cleaning up all the comb and just saw her running around, pretty as could be. Let's see if we can zoom in on her here and get a peek at her. Look inside there, you'll see her running across the top. Let me clear some of these field bees. There she is, right at the bottom. You see how big she is. I mean, she is a really big queen. I'm surprised I missed her, but sure enough, there she is inside the queen cage. So we'll take her home. We'll get her introduced back into the hive, and these girls will be good to go before the end of the day.